Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Rhythms of Life. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. As I continue to live on the land, one of the things I've noticed is that there is a certain rhythm that happens to everything out in nature. We're isolated from these rhythms in our daily lives because most of us live in houses or apartments. We want light, we turn on the light switch. If we want heat, we turn up the thermostat. If we want cool, we turn on the air conditioning. We're very isolated from the natural ebb and flow of the natural world. I know I was for a very long time. And then I went and started to live on a homestead, and everything changed. I realized there's lots of rhythms to this natural world. It's cold in the fall and the winter. It warms up a bit in spring, but not too much where I am. And then it gets incredibly hot during the summer. During certain parts of the year, you plant vegetables. During other times, you harvest them. During certain parts of the year, chickens lay lots of eggs. During other parts of the year, they lay almost none at all. One of the most amusing parts of the rhythms of life here on the homestead is my cats. Normally, they like to be outside, coming in just long enough to eat till they run back out the door. But now that we're entering into the fall and winter months, they're starting to spend more and more time indoors. They stay in when it's cold during the night, and they go out first thing in the morning after they're fed. And these rhythms are interesting. They're fun to watch, they're fun to notice, and they're also very important to be aware of because they control my own actions here on the homestead. I have to know what times of the year I need to give the animals more food or more water. Maybe I need to change their water more frequently because it's frozen in the wintertime. Sometimes in the summer, I need to give them extra treats. For example, I might give the rabbits celery to help them hydrate more, and I might do the same with the chickens, only instead of celery, it'll be watermelon. As we learn about the rhythms of life and learn how to live within those rhythms, we find ways to end suffering for ourselves and others. But we have to be paying attention. We have to notice the rhythms before we can learn how to take part. This is why the Buddhist teaching of right mindfulness is so important. This tenet of the Noble Eightfold Path encourages us to be mindful, to pay attention to our thoughts, our emotions, our body, and the environment. All of these things have their own rhythms. Our bodies, being of a nature to be born, to grow old, to get sick and die, they have a rhythm. The environment has a rhythm. Our thoughts and emotions, maybe we tend to be a little groggy in the morning, so maybe that's not the best time for us to make important decisions. Maybe we tend to get a burst of energy late at night when we're trying to go to sleep, so that's time for us to avoid caffeine and other things that might stimulate our mind right when we're trying to settle down. By learning more about the rhythms of life and learning to be in tune with those rhythms through the practice of right mindfulness, we're able to learn exactly what to do and when to do it to end suffering for ourselves and for others as well. Thus, we can enjoy the rhythms and become a part of them. Amitabha.